let me do another one. This is another 90s.
You know,
Can you take me higher?
Welcome to another episode of Podcast, the Movie, the Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Weese, and here with me, I would say as always, but that's not the case.
75%
of the time. Directly across from me, I got Mr. Rubyen McCormick.
As soon as I go to take a drink, then you intro me. Cheers, everyone.
We got Mr. Logan Henderson.
Hey guys, I'm back.
And Austin Newell
Welcome
to my
back,
left.
Logan.
We're all healthy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's healthy.
It's awesome.
Everybody's here. It's
Good times.
Great to have everybody back in the same room again. Makes editing this entire thing a lot easier.
Yeah,
it does.
So
Sponsored by Flonase. For me, at least.
not
No.
sponsored by Flonase.
Hey, but hey,
Yeah.
just saying.
So
If they're out there.
to kind of get into the talk, there's a couple things I wanted to really talk about. I'll go first, and then you guys can kind of talk. But I think that one of the things that I'm going to be talking about today is it's going to be a common theme. At least I know with Austin, we've had this conversation thus far. Hey guys, fucking movie theaters are open.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Welcome back.
Good shit.
Yeah.
COVID's over. We did it.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up. I want to talk about that a little bit too.
So
Let me look up.
I went back to the theater for the first time in over a year, and
What'd you see?
went and saw Quiet Place 2.
I also saw A Quiet Place too.
Did you guys go together?
No,
No.
Oh.
no,
Only a couple days apart
Did
from
you?
each other.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you figure out if you went at the same time and didn't know?
no.
What
yeah.
a love story.
Right?
No,
No,
right?
Wow.
Screenplay this.
No, it would have been really, really easy to tell because when we went to the theaters, me and my wife.
My wife. Thanks for the setup.
And yeah, you're welcome. And there was 4 people, a couple rows back behind us, and that was it. That was it in the theater.
Oh, that's ideal.
So it's ideal for me, probably not ideal for.
I'll be honest, that's
monetary
scarier to
reasons.
me. I would rather a crowd full of people, just
No.
because of the safety
I don't know,
aspect.
man. You know what's weird is I went to see Godzilla vs. Kong in AMC
right?
a few weeks ago, and it was great. And then I went and saw A Quiet Place at Regal, and I didn't like Regal as much because I never realized how close the seats were to each other.
Yeah.
Until
That's one of the
went
things that you
to-
get at the AMC is you have the
There's so much space.
Yep.
It's like 5 feet in front of you. There's nobody, but at Regal, it's literally like I could breathe and they're gonna feel it. And I was like,
Well,
I
I
don't
do
know
that
if
on
like
purpose, so.
this.
He's like, that's how you get people to move. Don't,
Yeah.
But I
don't do that.
actually,
Please don't
I
do
actually
that.
just before I came over here tonight to record this podcast, I bought tickets to go see The Conjuring 3 on Friday at 8:00 at AMC. So if you
I'm
guys
probably gonna
are,
go see
Have you
it
seen the
tomorrow.
first two?
actually the second one is playing at AMC, and so is the first one.
Is it a double feature?
They're doing $5 like I guess retro plays or something right now.
And I believe that they are both on HBO Max right now.
They are both on HBO Max.
There it is.
So
HBO lowered their price.
well, not only that, man, but the other cool thing that HBO is doing right now is because this is actually a Time Warner production. Conjuring 1, 2 is on there. And then it's Friday whenever it opens on HBO Max as well. So it's on
Do you guys
HBO
think
Max
that's
the
gonna
same day as it
continue?
is in theater.
They already said it's not.
They said it's not
They
after
said
the first
at-
year.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
This year.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
I like this model that's out there right now. It's definitely hurting as far as the overall like revenue sales and everything like that of the movies. But at the same point in time, I mean, it is definitely getting some viewers on HBO Max. So I've been I watched Conjuring 1. Look, Conjuring movies are not my favorite movies, but I just read Amityville Horror, so I completed the book, and the Amityville Horror.
I'm just not understanding how you read and watch 7 movies a week while working 60 hours.
I think we
I
discussed this.
I still don't
stay
get
up
it.
until 3 a.m. I
You
wake
sleep
up at
for
7 a.m.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's literally all you do. There's nothing
Yes.
else. Even
Well,
though I've seen
you
you
don't-
play
you don't-
Red Dead Redemption 2 for 8 hours.
Well, he's doing all of
Correct.
it at the same time.
And I have a
No.
garden. and I have a family.
Yeah.
And I do a lot. I do a lot.
On the back end of that, we have the family, and
I'm a very
and I have a family.
Additionally, you know,
They're self-sufficient.
But yeah, so I'm actually in the middle of reading a Stephen King book right now. But
which one?
Eyes of the Dragon.
I've never even heard of that.
So fucking good, man. I started out, I didn't think I was.
Sounds like a
didn't
hair
really
metal
like
band.
it. Do it now.
Sounds like a hair metal band.
It does.
power metal.
It
Yeah,
does.
power metal.
It's actually it's a really good. It's it's Stephen King, so it's. I'm not even going to start explaining
don't.
it because then,
Please don't.
We've talked
Save
about
that for our
Stephen King
book
a lot.
podcast.
Save that for the
He's
Stephen King show.
he's one of the authors that just the style of writing that he has just it sucks me in every single time. So
I'd love to do a book podcast.
I'd be down to
Like
I'd
a
listen.
once a month kind of thing, because I don't read books near as fast as this motherfucker does.
Do audiobooks count?
audiobooks
Yeah,
count
of course.
100% they count.
Yeah, hell
Listen
yeah.
to an audiobook over the
Dude,
course
I'm
of a
not-
month. At the end of every month, we record a podcast.
I'm an
on it.
Audible member, so I mean it's
Same.
something
You
that
have every subscription.
well, yeah.
Why
sure
not?
do. So but so anyway, I read Amityville Horror, and at towards the end of the story of Amityville Horror, it's whenever they bring in Lorraine and Ed. They
were part of that?
Yes, they were like in real life. They were part of that.
But like in the movie, The Amityville Horror,
Yes.
like are they represented
Correct.
in that movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
That's interesting.
it actually plays a big part in like the believability of everything that happened in the Amityville Horror, the whole story. It's look, I've spoken about my dislike for. I hate that the way that they get rid of ghosts and the supernatural is to.
Vacuum.
No, it's like look,
isn't
dude,
Luigi's
I'm
Mansion,
totally
though,
cool
right?
with fucking vacuums and like Ghostbusters and shit like that because it's sci-fi nonsense. I just hate that the way that they scare away these things is to it's the cross and the Bible and the holy water and all that stuff. It just seems silly to me.
That doesn't work.
So I don't know.
I think it's awesome. I
I've
like
never had it
whenever you
happen
have
in
one of
real
those
life.
guys that takes it so far that they become evil themselves, like Da Vinci Code,
Okay.
because that's spooky to me.
Sure,
Because
sure,
that's
sure.
something that actually happens in real life,
Yes. Well,
as opposed to ghosts.
well, absolutely. But I'm talking about from like the standpoint of like ghosts and demons and
Yeah.
like if ghosts and demons are
Constantine.
real and
That's what we should do.
Dude, I'm totally down for like I love that
movie.
shit and
Yeah.
like Constantine and stuff like that. But look, I'm completely off track. I say all this
Classic.
to say that I still like the Conjuring movies. They're not my favorite. In like the ghost.
He just invited
Wait,
you to watch
if
Conjuring.
If you had, you're right. If you had a favorite horror movie, though, what would it be?
It's a hard question.
God, that's it's a very difficult question. You know what? I don't know.
They can be so different.
Come back to us on that one.
Yeah.
By the end of the show, let us
Yeah,
know your
let me-
favorite.
By
horror.
Okay.
by our Halloween podcast this year, just think of that.
Well,
That's-
I mean,
that's not very
I don't
long
think
from
it's an
now.
answer.
That's
for
quite
that.
a-
It's literally
Yeah.
6
Like,
months.
horror is so broad. Like, you can have.
and there's different types of horror movies, but
Yeah,
like
Jaws.
I like horror, yeah, because I
And
mean,
then-
Alien is technically a horror movie.
Josh feels like a
The Shining
thriller
is.
to me.
I
more
mean, there's
than
The
anything else.
Shining. There's all of that stuff. For me, it's hard for me to get scared by movies.
Yeah,
Me too.
So what I'm looking for whenever I'm like to find like a good like a favorite like horror movie is something that just gives me the willies, freaks me out just a little
The
bit.
Willies.
There was the that series that was on Netflix.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, like that was
Tobey
I
Maguire?
really enjoyed the shit out of that
Tobey
series.
Maguire.
Wasn't he in a movie about a house on a hill?
What?
I don't know.
Cider House Rules.
There. That's it. That's the
yeah,
one.
That's
Something about a house.
About a house. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire house movie.
Are you thinking
It's-
about that fake movie in the Tropic Thunder?
The cider?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the one. That's what I'm thinking of.
But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna go. Probably tomorrow night. I'm gonna go watch.
Hey, let me ask.
Conjuring 3. So
Do they still have the subscription thing at
Yep.
AMC?
They do.
Where you,
at AMC and also at Regal. So
so how does that work?
I'm probably going to do the AMC one.
so I've been with the Regal one now for.
You have both?
No, I don't have the AMC one. Look, my whole thing is this. So with the Regal, I like it because I'm a don't talk to anybody kind of person. So I'm a self-checkout guy. I don't like I don't like communicating with humans at all. And if I can buy my tickets, I know it's weird, right? I can buy my tickets on the app, and it's
I like
free.
Regal specifically
I walk in
because they give you virtual movie tickets.
Yeah.
That are tied to your account, and I can go back
I can
and
scroll back through my entire list.
and they're like 3D, and they're
Yep.
kind of animated and stuff. That's pretty cool.
So,
Useless, but
even
I like
to add
all
even-
of that.
Did you know that AMC they do that, but they also do. I don't know if Regal does it, but you can buy like concessions ahead of time too.
Yes. Yeah.
and you
do.
just
Oh,
go
that's
in, you
cool.
just scan your shit and just take it. And go.
So my only thing about the AMC theater is this: I had a bad experience there one time trying to go watch a movie. It was one of those where I was,
Did you talk to the manager? My wife.
I was driving around. We went by Regal, see what they had showing. We were going to miss the showing at Regal, so we went over to AMC to catch them. And then you come in, and I was just like, I just want to be able to buy tickets because I didn't have it on the app, anything like that. So I wanted to be able to buy tickets, and they don't have a ticket booth anymore. So you have to buy.
You have to go to the.
You have to buy
concession
tickets at the
stand
concession stand. And there was a 45-minute
Huge bottleneck right there.
Yep, huge bottleneck right there.
You can't
And-
buy movie tickets at the movie theater.
Correct.
Well, at the booth in the front, they don't offer it there anymore.
do they have a?
That's a 100-year-old tradition. What do you?
I know. Do they have like a
Self checkout.
like a self checkout
QR
there?
scanner?
Because they do have.
I buy the tickets on my app, and I just walk in and.
See, that's the thing. So
Do you
that's
talk
all
to
I-
anybody? Or you just walk in.
I mean, there's a
I'm
guy
gonna just
there,
wa-
and I'm like,
I'm just gonna walk in.
There's a guy like at the front, at Regal, the guy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
scans your ticket.
Scans your
it's
ticket.
the same.
Does
thing.
he scan?
Yeah, they scan it. But you know what? Another plus about AMC is they have a bar. So if you ever
Yeah,
wanted to
they
get
have-
drinks,
they have a
Here's
bar,
here's
so
here's,
you can do
here's what I'm
drinks
gonna
and-
test. It's just a prank, bro. I'm gonna walk in AMC. I'm gonna stand in line at the concession for a little bit. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, walk in, wait 2 minutes, walk out, and just walk past the guy as if I've already been in the theater. I just needed to use the bathroom, and see if I can get away with it.
Well, except that the bathrooms are all past where they take the
My
tickets.
point exactly.
Okie doke.
Those guys
good luck.
do not give a shit.
If
Oh,
AMC is listening right now,
They don't care.
please
They don't.
sponsor us.
So-
Yeah.
I
If
will
you
buy your
literally
tickets.
just walked in and the guy tried to stop you, and you're like, no, and just kept walking, he would not give a shit.
Yeah, he'd be like, "All right, thanks," and then you just keep on going.
do you think they get employee stock purchase programs at AMC?
No.
That sucks.
Well, so that kind of brings up the thing that we were talking about right before we started recording, which is, the fucking meme stocks and the fact that AMC announced that if you're a meme stock holder,
They give you free popcorn.
free popcorn.
They have
Yeah.
just embraced the meme in a big
Oh
way.
man, look.
Let me
if-
see.
if
Though,
I
is
was
that not illegal on the SEC? Like saying, "Hey, buy our stock, and in return, we give you something." Like is
That
that not-
100% seems like
It
a
seems
bribe
a little like
type
a
situation.
bribe.
I was on the AMC app earlier, and there's a specific checkbox that says if you have stock, then to check the box and you get special offers because you're a stockholder.
That shit's hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
definitely illegal.
Probably.
But you know what? Hey,
Yeah.
movie theaters are open. COVID's over.
Yeah, man. Look, this is my thing. I'm just so glad to be back in the movie theater. Just going back to watch A Quiet Place 2. Is the movie a masterpiece? No,
No.
it's not a masterpiece by any stretch
Never
of the
seen the first
imagination.
First
one is
great.
really good. The
Yeah.
second one is good. It's not as good as the
Is it
first
more
one.
action?
Well, okay, this is the thing. So, in the first one, you are you don't know what's going on. You have-
ASMR the movie.
Yes. So, and it's exactly what it is. Going to see A Quiet Place in the theaters the first time, it was exactly like it was dead silent
You hear a guy
throughout the
fart?
entire movie. Do what?
You could hear a guy fart.
You could hear a
definitely
guy open there was a guy. It was opening a snack in the theater with us, and he was just opening the snack, and the entire
Rookie
theater
mistake.
was like turning around like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. So it's the quietest that it's ever been in any movie theater experience that I've ever had, and but it's the unknown in A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place 2. You know
have
exactly what it is.
Yeah, you have an idea, but they don't push the story far enough in the
That's
second
correct.
one.
And look,
They don't.
I like the
See,
action.
I saw the trailer for the
piece
second
to
one,
it.
and
I-
I saw that there were monsters.
I like
Yeah.
the prequel bits too. Like
I
when
did too.
they kind of
Yeah.
showed you like
Yeah.
what happened before and how
Yeah.
it came to be.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
And I'll
but-
tell you,
Is Scarecrow in the first movie too?
No.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
He's not in the first
Oh,
one.
that's okay. I didn't know who the fuck you were talking
Scarecrow
about.
from Batman.
That's how I recognize actors. I just say the one movie I know them from.
So you could have said 28 Days Later.
Never heard of it.
So okay,
We
cool.
we literally did it on this show. You weren't here yet, were
Oh,
you?
yeah.
No,
I'm
I'm goofing on you, dude.
That's pre-Ruben.
I'm good. No, I think that was my
that
first
post-Ruben?
episode.
I think it
shit.
was,
That was
yeah.
my first episode.
Yeah.
Why that movie? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
So,
his idea. It was Tyler's idea.
But look,
Should've
it
done
was
it.
just for me. It was just great to be back in the movie theater, to be able to have that experience again. And it's one of I talked about it whenever they started shutting down movie theaters, and to be able to speak about it now, it is the most recent. It's the best movie experience that I've had. That they shut the lights off, everything goes down.
And you're like, oh shit, here we go again.
You don't fucking touch your phone. You're there. You're experiencing the
You're not
art that's in
recording
front
it?
of you. No, I'm not recording illegally. No, it's you're there. You're involved. You become an active participant in what's going on the screen, and that's the thing that I love about being able to go to the movie theater. Because I'll watch a movie at my house. If I watch The Conjuring 3, not 4.
It's the third one, yeah.
So if I watch The Conjuring here at the house, I promise you, I'm going to pause it a couple times. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'm going to grab a snack. I'm going to, if my phone rings, I'm definitely going to fucking answer my phone. I'm going to pause the movie. I'm going to answer my phone. But if I go to the movie theater, all that shit
Silent.
gets shut off.
Yeah.
Everything gets shut off.
I don't turn it
and-
off. I just put it on
But I
silent.
think
Yeah,
that's
and
just
if you try
a
to
mental
contact
mode
me-
that you've put yourself in when you're at the theater. You can do
Yes.
the same thing at home.
You can, but you're less apt to do that whenever you're in your own personal space.
I don't feel like I am.
Really?
Yeah, and
I
I'll
can tell-
I'll
so
explain
I
it
can
like
say
when I
from
get to the
just
movies and stuff I
personal
watch.
experience.
Yeah, I can see how that would be the case because I think I was more that way.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to where now, especially after doing the podcast, where whenever I'm watching a movie, I'm really trying to focus on it. That I find myself not like pausing it or looking at my phone or anything like that as much as I used to, or having the movie going on in the background, especially if it's one we're covering. I always am just doing that.
Yep.
Except there was one situation where I didn't want to watch the movie that much, and I did that.
Okay.
I don't remember which movie it was.
Bottle Rocket?
I still watched it.
Bottle Rocket.
It wasn't Bottle
You
Rocket.
fucking show up for that one.
I did watch Bottle Rocket, and it was good, by the way, Austin. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a little dated. It's not his best,
Yeah.
but
It's all right.
you know, you'll,
It's a
I
fun romp.
appreciated it
I was-
more after they explained a little bit.
I was
more.
having the
No,
conversation
if you watch it a few more
with my
times, it
brother
kind of like it grows
about
on you.
and me and my brother. I've talked about it on the podcast. My brother and I, we are, we grew up watching movies together and shit like that. And so whenever I start, he's like, "What movie are you guys doing?" I was like, "Oh, Bottle Rocket." And he's like, "I fucking hate that movie." And I'm like, "Oh my god." And he was like, "Oh, fucking Wes Anderson."
Can
I
we get
fucking
your brother
hate
on
Wes
here just for
Anderson."
one? Like, we can make a desk area over here.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
at least for an episode.
So, yes, he would love to be able to do that. By
That
the
would be
way.
awesome.
So, he's been on the podcast before. We did
On the
Total
Patreon?
Recall together. Do what?
The Patreon episodes?
No, it was something we ended up publishing on the main feed as
Okay.
well. So it was on the Patreon feed, but then we ended up publishing on the main feed. But yeah, man, it's so funny that, and we have crazy arguments about
Oh, I
shit.
believe that's what I want. I want him to be in here, and I want an altercation to happen.
I want it just
It
to
won't-
be
it won't be
you
an
guys,
altercation,
and we'll be over here
but-
just
Yeah, we're
eating
just-
pizza.
but we call each other really, really terrible things.
Yeah.
As brothers do.
They're probably not PC
So-
anymore.
Oh, definitely not PC.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
I'm ready.
Yeah, look, he hates Wes Anderson, and I love Wes
That's fair.
Anderson, and so look, Wes Anderson is an acquired taste. So anybody that
I hate Star Wars, and I continuously consume their merchandise and products and watch
okay.
it, and I get it.
I understand it. I understand why somebody would dislike Wes Anderson. So it's a
I
flavor
can
that's not for
I can
everybody.
get not enjoying it that
Yeah.
much, but still understanding some aspects of it as like a technical
Yeah,
It's like
from a technical
pistachio ice cream.
I love pistachio ice cream.
perspective. I do as well.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't.
I've
Yeah.
never had it.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it.
You're probably
So-
right.
Wow, dude. Okay.
So
You wouldn't understand.
apart from welcome back to movie theaters. What have
Wait,
you guys?
Hold on, before you get
Okay,
there,
yeah. Go,
was it you?
What did I do?
That came at me at work the other day, and you told me to watch the Fast 9 trailer. Was that you?
Well, we were
No,
in the
you
break.
posted it on
I did
on the group chat.
I did
No,
send
no.
it to you, but we were in the break room, and it came on. Like I was walking
Well,
out of the
because
break
you
room.
were telling me, you were like, you need to watch this trailer. There's a part
There's a
where a
freaking
guy
grapple
like,
hook.
Well, like you said, there's
he
a guy that
catches the
stands
car?
on top of the car and he catches it and
Yeah.
throws it
Yeah.
off the car. And I was like, no fucking way. So
Yeah.
I watched the trailer and you were fucking right.
It happens.
Yeah.
And
dude.
I've never been more mad about a movie in my
Why?
life.
And again, I've only seen the first 4, maybe parts of the 5th one.
All
Tyler's
of
seen
them,
them all multiple times.
All of them.
Same.
Yeah.
At what
Why do
point,
you think I started playing Need for Speed Heat?
Hey, who's going to the fucking theater to watch fucking Fast
I
9?
might go.
when does it come out?
Goddamn
Even
straight,
I
June
might go to see
24th.
that.
Do you want to know
June
something?
20 this month?
Yes.
We need to all get.
Look, I don't
Super
want to
drunk
see this
before we
movie,
go.
but I will go with if all you guys want to go to.
if you guys want to go see fucking Fast
If you
9
guys
together,
want to go to
Yes.
AMC,
Oh my God.
and we can go to their little bar, we can get alcohol because you know who works there, Devin,
oh, okay.
Daly's brother. And
Okay.
he came up to me at work the other day and he was like, "I can make a mean drink at the bar," and I was like, "I'm sure you fucking can, bro." But anyway,
Also, I should just clarify that Alamo Draft House is actually the best.
Oh,
Dude,
Alamo Draft
dude,
House is
I
by
wish.
far.
I wish there was an
if
Alamo
we had
Draft House.
one, yeah,
we have
around
Studio
here.
Movie Grill, but I feel like it's so corporate. It's to the point where it's like
Yeah.
it's like the complete opposite. It'd be the arch nemesis of Alamo Draft House.
Really, it really is. It's
Let me tell you guys. I swear I read the other day. Like, who makes Fast and the Furious? It's Universal, right?
yes, I think so.
I swear that I think they're considering merging Jurassic Park and Fast and the Furious in one big super movie.
Okay.
I swear I read this earlier this
What
morning.
are
Let me-
you talking
the
about?
Jurassic and Furious. Yeah,
I gotta
I'm
go.
down. I'm down.
I could just Dom's like one more mission.
Okay.
For my family.
Yeah, CNET. This was that's a month ago. I read something this morning.
So
that was-
the trailer on IMDb gets a 5.2 out of 10.
right.
The
Oh, it's gonna be
trailer gets a
terrible.
65% of Rotten Tomatoes. It comes out June 25th.
Oh, no,
by the
you're
way.
right. No, I see something posted 5 days ago. Universal reportedly wants a Fast and the Furious and Jurassic World crossover.
Hell yeah.
You know how awesome it'd be? Like, it started off that Vin Diesel and the gang have to go hunt them down, but
And
then,
then-
like, he starts to, like, investigate, and he's like, oh, wait, they're all just one big family.
and then he protects the raptors.
yeah, from the government.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And he has
dude,
to, like,
hold on.
he,
What
like,
a
puts them in
twist.
like, a thing, and he has to transport them somewhere else to, like, a different planet.
What a fuck.
Wait,
Why am I not writing these movies?
Ah, dude. Yeah.
Jason
You should-
Statham
you
the
should write for M. Night
transporter
Shyamalan,
in
the
these
Ding Dong,
movies?
so.
Jason Statham is in the
He's in the
movies.
movie. Is he the transporter? Or
No,
because
no.
I haven't seen them.
No.
Okay, I
He
legitimately.
He is Deckard Shaw
What's the
So-
transporter's
From
name?
Hobbs and Shaw.
from
Look
Hobbs and
it up.
Shaw.
Well, I'm familiar with the memes of.
Yeah.
But who did transporter?
It was
Transporter
him.
is also Jason
It was
Statham,
him. It's just a
yes.
different movie. They're
No,
not-
I'm just saying who owns it. Is it a crossover?
Is
Are
it-
they
Oh.
building it up to do Transporter
No.
4?
No.
All right.
You know who is executive producer for the Transporter movies and creator?
Michael Bay.
Luc Besson. So
that makes sense. That's why
Wait.
they suck.
Oh.
Is that the guy that made the movie we're talking about right
yeah,
now?
that is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, we haven't started talking about
that is correct.
Yeah.
Transporter movie studio.
So Austin,
Yes.
you're up next.
Oh.
So what have you seen lately? What do you want to talk about?
Not much. Per usual.
All right, cool. Moving on.
You know, I saw Quiet Place 2 just like Tyler, but
Yeah.
I think honestly that's probably the gist of what I've watched. I've only been really playing Xbox this week, and I played
Xbox.
I restarted Dying Light. Because,
Oh hell yeah! I thought
Okay.
about doing that.
Because it runs in 60 frames on Series X, and I
Is
know
there
what
a
you're
new one
thinking.
they just that's
Yeah, it's officially has a release date now.
And speaking of that, call me what you want, but I pre-ordered the collector's edition for Dying Light 2.
Okay.
So
awesome.
and that shit was like
I don't
$250.
support that, but
Yeah, I
Dying
don't-
Light
I don't
is a
support
good
that at
game,
all,
though,
but-
you
man.
spent $250 on a goddamn
On a
pre-order for a video
pre-order
game.
You should
for a
see my
game?
Resident Evil 7 collector's edition that was also $250.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
you could have turned your
It's
stock
like those
money
people who
around.
pre-ordered Fallout 76. Who
Wonder who that was.
could have
Got
done that?
or
chumpy helmet.
Cyberpunk 2077.
I paid $18 for it.
I still haven't
what
bought
for
that game.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah,
I paid 40 for it and I was
I,
disappointed.
I paid too much money for it.
I paid
Okay.
18 and I had fun. So
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Yeah.
All right, I'll talk about what I watched.
Oh,
So, first I watched Aladdin.
Okay.
wait, which one?
Animated or live
Animated.
action?
You didn't watch
Okay.
the Will
I
Smith
love
Aladdin?
the
I didn't
live
watch
action
the
one.
I didn't watch that one.
Okay. okay.
Where he does that.
Bro, that one's really good. I like that one a lot.
You like the live action one?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
I
I have
haven't
the
seen-
songs
I
for it
haven't
on my
seen- This is-
phone.
This is, oh my God.
You have the
Oh.
songs
Straight up, you want to sing?
No.
You have them downloaded on your phone?
Yes, the soundtrack
All right.
from Aladdin
Look, though,
2018.
I want to tell
it
you
was it came out.
the only thing I do want to talk about is the music, and it's really just one specific thing. So in the song "A Whole New World,"
A whole new world.
that's the one. That's the one. At
Interesting.
the end, whenever they're both singing, and there's like harmony, Aladdin's part, as far as like pitch, is higher than Jasmine's, which I just think is really unique and cool because typically that's not the case. He's the one on the third, and she's doing the tonic. So, as a music nerd, I just thought that was cool, and that's really all I have to say about that movie because I've seen it a billion times.
Yeah.
I just watched it again. The reason I watched it was because I was originally going to watch Cruella, and then Disney was like $30, and I said, "Fuck you! I'm not paying you $30 to watch that."
It's in movie theaters right now, so you can go
For
to the movie
far
theater.
less than that.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I heard it was pretty solid too.
don't want to do that.
That's what I thought I heard. No,
Didn't we make fun of that on Discord the other night?
I watched a release that they did where they showed the death of her mother.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah,
It
that's-
looks so bad.
the dogs
that-
look real not good.
It made me. I mean, even the setup of that's how her like it made me laugh.
That's why she hates dogs.
I laughed.
The
so
origin
hard.
story is certainly not.
I'm gonna
well
watch
thought
it.
out.
Don't
And they've
get
had
me
how
wrong.
long to figure this origin story out? And that's what they came up with.
What, almost 75 years.
Yeah.
In effect, yeah.
And the best
A
they could come up
long-
with
a
as
long
well.
fucking time.
Well, some dogs pushed her off a cliff she happened to be standing next to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was she
Didn't
standing there? She probably should have just
And
moved.
why the dogs ran 700 yards
were they Dalmatians?
Past
Yes.
Cruella.
and
Yes.
jumped over Cruella
Yeah.
and kept running.
That's why
And
she
her
hates
mother
him
just
and
stood
wants to
there
make a
and
fucking
watched
toad
them
out of
come
him.
to her.
Yeah.
And then they tackled her by pushing her. And then she went, nah, and then fell off a cliff. And then Cruella went, mommy.
So it's literally Lion King, but like reverse.
Sure.
Nope.
No, that's definitely it.
Yeah, because like
No, she was not
Mufasa-
clinging to the side, and the dogs didn't walk over there and look at her, and
Yeah.
then
And then they
grab
said,
her hand.
doggies.
No, just take that shit out of
Yeah.
it. Just take that shit out of it. It's just,
She
instead
fell off a
of
mountain.
Yeah, she fell off the mountain.
Right.
But instead
Okay.
of Simba
Origin
being up down
story.
the bottom,
Right.
Simba's up top, and it's like fuck. Oh, I mean, wait, Simba was up top.
It's a reverse Lion
No.
King.
Bro, he was at first, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was the
and then his
inspiration
dad
And
for
then he ran down there
Cruella
and he
being
was like,
evil.
Dad.
So it's more
Hey,
like
but it is
you know,
PG-13, which is interesting. So,
Yeah.
Why?
well, I'm
because
assuming
they
she
say
says
fuck once.
does she. Does
and
she
they-
really?
No, of course not.
I believed it. I
No,
believed
It's a
it.
Disney movie. No,
That's
Hey,
they
I
didn't go
believe
that
I think it's
far.
probably because of violence.
Violence.
And
She
yeah.
skins dogs live on camera.
Probably.
It shows it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And they're like,
It's probably off camera. She just rips skin.
she
yeah.
holds it up, just drenches her in blood.
That's more offensive than anything that's come out. I don't know if they
All
do
right,
that.
I'm watching it.
The other thing that I watched is Bo Burnham's new
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
all
I
about
need to
that.
watch
that
All right, I'm
tonight,
signing up for
actually.
Netflix right now.
because it is hardly a comedy.
Oh yeah.
Is it
That's
just a
been
man
his-
having a mental breakdown?
That's
again?
been his last couple of
Let
fucking.
me explain the
releases.
premise of this. So this was shot, filmed, edited, and everything by Bo Burnham while he was
in
in lockdown
Lockdown,
yeah.
last
Yeah.
year, and it's all just like in his house. But what he does to change the set and the effects that he does, and he does a lot of it live because there's interstitials of him like setting shit up and getting frustrated with camera angles and trying to measure something, and he fucking is trying to step over a cable and he hits the camera and it falls over and he's like, oh fuck. Like there's a lot of that going on. But that sets the stage for seeing him slowly kind of descend into this really, really dark, mentally not well place. But he reassures you throughout kind of that it's okay. But I would say that if you are someone that is, struggling, that this is kind of like a trigger warning, I guess, as the Tumblrs
Yeah,
say.
don't.
That you
watch
probably
this.
don't want to
The
watch
Tumblrs.
this.
Dude, I felt like that at the end of his last special because like he sings all these songs and the songs are like, this is, yeah, I'm singing a song. This is me crying out for help, and then
Yeah.
oh my god, man, it's just
Well, I would say that
I-
this is like the final form of that because
Okay.
the last one had like legit funny songs
Yes.
like "Straight White Man,"
yes,
and it's so silly. And there are some actually silly ones. He does a song, and it's not going to spoil it, but because you need to watch this, and it's a song about white Instagram women,
okay,
and it at one point he like has a shot that I've seen my friend do and post before. I've seen many of them do this, and I literally texted her. I was like, dude, you need to watch Bo Burnham because you're on it. It's really well done. And then there's another one about online content and the state of it and the weirdness of it and the parallels with. It's really, really good. There's some usual like it's just straight comedy Bo Burnham, but a lot of it is not. A lot of it is more about and that's why it's called Inside, because he's inside the whole
Yeah.
time. I would highly recommend it. Just understand that it's not the most uplifting thing in the world.
Yes.
But
It's kind of like another Netflix production. I watched Bird Box because I wanted to be depressed for the rest
Quiet
of the
Place
day.
prequel.
Or it's not even that, because like A Quiet Place, there's at least some happiness somewhere throughout there. But Bird Box, Jesus Christ, man, if you want to just put yourself into a really, really dark mental space, yeah, you should watch that.
That movie was a big deal when it came out,
Yeah,
too.
big deal. So
Yeah.
I never saw it. What else is new?
yeah, oh, that's a shocker.
he
Hey,
does
I'm right
another.
there with you,
I
man.
just forgot. He does like a parody of like a sock puppet guy that's gonna like tell a story, but he goes into like. I don't want to spoil too much.
He has,
but it's
he
really
has mental issues. I get it.
Yes.
it's really good. It's so
I support
well
everything
done.
that man puts out.
Oh, yeah, I love Bo
I
Burnham.
love Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Just wait until he's canceled.
Nah, no
not.
way.
So,
And I think that's mostly it. And I've been playing Need for Speed because Fast and the Furious, and that's it.
awesome. Ruby.
Hey, yeah, I'm pulling in Austin this week.
Hey.
I've been playing the hell out of Xbox.
Okay.
I bought a first gen Fat Boy Xbox One,
Mm.
and just man, let me tell you,
Just having a shit ton of fun.
just having a lot of fun.
Yep.
Playing a lot of Halos.
I've got like a $3,000 gaming computer, but
Yeah.
hey, man, it's fun to sit on the couch and wait 15 minutes for a game to load.
Okay.
And I'm not like I'm being serious.
Oh, I know.
Like there's something
I
about
was on Discord with you the other night, and you were like, "I should really hook this up to my CRT."
yeah, I
yeah,
looked
know.
up. I looked up getting an adapter for it because it would look honestly. Okay, so I have the Fat Boy. It doesn't support 4K at
Yeah.
all,
Nope.
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm playing it on a 4K TV,
right.
and it looks like I'm playing PlayStation 1. It's bad, and it's
A
terrible.
lot of aliasing.
But what I'm doing, yes, a lot of it. And what I'm doing is I'm playing Game Pass games on the Xbox One and going, I think I'll like this. And then I go and download it on my computer so I can actually play it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm using the Xbox as a temporary, let me download this overnight instead of running my computer all night, load the game. Okay, this is interesting. And I tried to play, I think I mentioned this the other day, but I tried to play Apex Legends on the Xbox One.
Unplayable.
Literally unplayable.
Yeah.
Like, how are people playing it on that system, and how are they not suing EA because it's unplayable? It's unplayable. I'm max 15 frames in some situations. It's not an experience I would want people to have.
And that game came out when there was no current Xbox, like, right?
No, that game's
Didn't
like it just now has hit 2-year anniversary. So
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. So, like, it's been out.
yeah.
It
The
still
Xbox, the
sucks.
Xbox is already like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the One X was out at that
Yeah,
time.
no, and
too,
I
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
get if you
so-
had a better system, it probably
Yeah.
runs a lot better.
Yeah.
But
just put an SSD in it.
well,
That
you
would
can't
help.
in that model. So I had to physically
You just
take
gotta-
it apart,
Right.
do an
and then
external.
Clone the drive. Bro,
Jesus
Do an
Christ.
external, dude. It's worth it.
or I just play on my computer.
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, just
that,
play on your
yeah.
computer.
It's
Yeah.
less work.
Way less work.
But I am having
So.
fun playing some classics that are Xbox only. I'm playing Skate 3. Uploaded some cool
Good
videos
game.
for you Xbox guys out there
Yep,
that are
yep,
following
yep.
me. Go watch my SIG videos where I made a guy that looks just like me, and he's skateboarding, doing badass tricks. And I hit a rail. I unlocked an achievement I didn't even know that was there. I hit a rail from the top of like a mountain all the way down it. Totally not possible, but this game's realistic.
No.
And the whole time I'm throwing up Richard Nixon peace signs, going all the way down the rail, backwards, looking over my shoulder, and I
Yeah.
recorded and cut the clips into like a little montage video.
Hell yeah.
And the very end when I go to kick off and land, I fell like 6 times, and I was like, nope, tried it again, and did it over and over and over for about 45 minutes until I landed it, and then I uploaded the video to wherever it goes.
Incredible use of your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waste my time. You
Sounds
guys,
like a
yeah.
blast.
Like a worthy
you guys are
investment.
you guys are working out, playing music, taking care of a family, and I'm in pajamas, just shirtless
There you
with
go.
chips all over me,
You do use
and I'm just like, oh, let me hit this rail real quick. Oh, here we
That
go.
sounds like
Oh,
a good time, though.
It
Honestly.
does.
dude. It was
Sounds
awesome.
like it was fun.
It was
Did
great.
you play the Tony Hawk remakes? The 1 and 2?
Yeah, when they come to Steam, I will.
They're not. I didn't know they weren't
No,
on Steam.
Epic Games, they're out there poaching stuff, and
Oh, right.
so
Sad.
when it comes to
I
Steam, I'll
dislike
play it.
Epic Games.
We'll get into that a different time. Steam had more features 10 years ago than Epic has today.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, I've been playing Xbox, and
Cool.
and then I watch Idiocracy again.
There you go.
Oh, shut up! I'm baiting.
Baiting.
It gets me, dude. I don't know. That movie and we'll probably mention this later, but there are some parallels in Idiocracy and The Fifth Element that kind of tie together in the sense of the future of, modern capitalist society, I guess. I think that's pretty cool. But, other than that, no, I'm watching Impractical Jokers all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
I finally found some episodes I've not seen before, and I was like, I was locked in. I was like, who's tonight's biggest loser? Who's tonight's biggest loser? I was all in that. Love it.
So you guys thought he was joking whenever he starts talking about Impractical Jokers?
I believe. I know.
It's
yeah.
fucking full on for serious.
You guys want to give me some trivia? I'll be like, oh, that's
Nope.
the episode where
Nope.
he says Larry runs through the crowd. Yeah.
Nope, don't even want to do any of that. So
You guys are missing out.
I know.
It's
It's
a
just
blast.
YouTube prank videos.
Nope.
Yes.
Did you see? I don't know the names of the Impractical Joker guys.
So you got Murr, you got Q, you got
Okay.
Joe and Sal.
Joe, I think.
Okay.
Did you
Joe's
see
like
that?
the dad looking one.
There was like a clip that came on. I saw it on the internet a couple days ago where he was like at a baseball game and he had to like, I guess, fake catching a baseball from somebody, but someone recorded him like separate from. It was
Oh, okay.
like someone in the audience
yeah,
saw
like
him
an
and they
audio,
were
yeah.
like recording him, and this woman was just ripping him a new one, just fucking yelling at him, and he's just sitting there like
taking it. Yeah.
He's just sitting there taking it, and then he like unzips his fanny pack and like reveals more balls because he's like it was a joke. He's like not saying anything. He's just like there's more balls. And this lady was she was mad because
I hope it makes it on the show.
well, like she wanted her daughter to catch the ball.
Yeah.
And like he caught the ball,
Yeah.
but it wasn't real. Like it was a whole thing. Like
So he
boy.
just like grabbed one and was like, "Yeah, I did
yeah,
it."
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Dickhead, dude.
It was
It's
so
hilarious.
funny.
That is funny. Seriously. I
They're
love
like
it.
Jackass, but without hurting themselves.
No, if you watch the show,
Emotionally,
they get
yeah.
hurt often. There's been times where like they've had to stop the episode.
and the emotional pain that they have.
Yeah.
Yes,
is
there's also some stuff
horrific.
that's almost like I'm like, how is this legal?
Yes.
Like there's some stuff they do where children are present, and I'm like, I don't know about this one. Yeah, the show gets crazy sometimes.
Well, it's weird that you drop that as a lead because I'm going to use that to be able to run directly into the movie that we're going to be covering today,
sounds good.
which is Fifth Element.
You
Boom.
mean
Um,
the fifth element?
so,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you guys like the Kung Pao reference in this movie?
Hold on.
I didn't know there. I don't.
This is
Did
gonna
I,
be
Is it
did I
Kung
miss
Pao
it?
reference?
this is gonna be difficult.
yeah.
But at the very beginning, when the alien guy's like running, I say running, moving at the speed of nothing,
Yes.
and he's like, "Hurry!"
Gravity's
And
different.
he's like, "I'm coming, hurry!" It was just
yeah.
it was just the Kung Pao moment, and the music was playing. It was super dramatic, and you just can like it
And
was a
just
single
his
shot.
finger.
The
of just
Manda
him.
Shawan.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, I loved it. It was so silly.
Before we get into the
loved it.
movie The Fifth Element, I wanted to talk about the director for a moment.
Oh boy,
So this is the thing. I had a hard time doing the research this week. So only because I love Fifth Element and like some of his other movies that Luc Besson has made.
they're not like this at all.
Do what?
They're not like this at all.
Well, yeah, they're not like this at all. But so, little story about Luc Besson. We're gonna do some trivia in this as well, which is
You got some cancellations for us?
oh my god. So, whenever I go to do research on a director or on a movie or anything like that, I love being able to do that. That's kind of like one of my favorite parts of being able to do this podcast is being able to like do super deep dives onto a director or on a producer, on a writer, on just the different actors. I love being able to do my deep dive research. That's one of my favorite things. So in the deep dive research, you don't even have to dive very deep to be able to get this. It's straight on his fucking Wikipedia page. So apparently Luc Besson is a horrific piece of shit human being. So, and I'm gonna say this in not based on hearsay or anything like that. I'm gonna provide you with definitive proof, and you're gonna agree with me at the end of this that Luc Besson is a horrific piece of shit monster human being. So,
Well, even in this movie,
well, yeah. So, like in this movie right here, so kind of give you an example. Whenever they were filming Fifth Element, he started out Fifth Element. His wife she plays the role of Diva Plavlaguna. So she's the
The
big
blue
blue
the singer.
alien.
His wife for a bit.
Yes. So that was his wife at the beginning of the movie, and by the time that the movie released, he had a new wife. His new wife was Mila Jovovich, or Mia Jovovich, depending upon how you want to be able to pronounce it, for the sake of not being.
And this was like her
sounding
first
stupid.
feature film as well.
It was not her first feature. Okay, yes, it was her first starring role in a feature film. Yes, she'd had a couple of other roles, but she was 21 years old. She was 21 years old, and I want to say he was 38 at that particular point in time. And he cheated on his wife with Mila Jovovich, and they ended up getting married shortly after making the film.
Are they still married?
No, they are not married.
They were married for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Married in 97, divorced in 99. The thing that I really want to talk about is his previous wife. So his previous wife that played the role of Diva Plavlaguna. I can never pronounce her name. She has some fucking crazy, completely unpronounceable. I should say unpronounceable. She's got a French name, so
Pronounceable for
yeah,
native speakers of French.
Yeah, you took French, right?
I did.
Yeah,
You
you
look
could
French.
definitely pronounce it. So this is the thing. Whenever he got together with her, he was 31 and she was 15. So he ended up getting married to her when she was 16 because she was pregnant. So I didn't realize, and look, France, and guys, like listeners, viewers, if you're in France, I'm sorry, you got a fucking weird culture.
Hold on.
Yep.
I mean, it's different than what we have.
Okay, it is different, and I'm gonna tell you why.
But this specific thing is.
I'm gonna tell you why it's
Yeah.
different. So in France, in April of 2021, they changed the age of consent in France. They moved it up to 15.
Ooh.
Up to 15.
That is correct.
Yeah,
I
that is
didn't even
correct.
catch that. Okay,
Yes.
what was it before?
It was 12.
Oh fuck!
Up until April
it's French.
of 2021, the age of consent in France was 12. So I know you guys don't have kids.
I don't have to have kids. No, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay. So this is one of those things where, and we cover this on like the Kevin Spacey episodes that we've done. You have to be able to separate the art from the artist. Luc Besson is a piece of shit. I mean, I don't know of any other way to be able to put that. Pedophile piece of shit. Okay, so let's put that out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, he still is allowed to be able to make movies, and look, I understand what he did wasn't illegal by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't illegal. Is
Highly immoral.
Is it morally
Yeah.
wrong? Yeah, it's definitely morally wrong. He's a fucked up human being. So, that being said, I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about Luc Besson.
Hey, over here we have Woody Allen.
Yeah, man,
I mean-
and that's the thing. It's like the Woody Allens that we have out there, and
frickin'
man,
Weinstein. We
yeah,
definitely
like,
have.
the world is a very fucked up place, and it's not just fucked up from that particular standpoint. It's just fucked up from many different levels. But this whole idea behind not protecting children and things like that. So
I just get weird about calling something like that out when we live in a state that is trying to pass a bill where you can kill a woman
yes,
for getting an abortion.
that is correct.
It's like,
I know it's crazy.
it's just fucking it's all bad.
It seems
So-
very third world.
This is
Yeah.
this is the reason why I bring this up. This is the reason, apart from doing the research. So the other movie that I watched this week, I watched a couple of other movies this week.
Leon.
I watched Leon. The Professional. So it is a movie starring. Look, man, I'd seen it a long time ago, and I
Padme.
hadn't seen it in a long time. and it's Jean Reno. It is Gary Oldman, and it's Natalie Portman. It's Natalie Portman. She's 12 years old, and it's basically her. I'm gonna spoil the movie a little bit for you guys. So her family gets killed. They're into drug dealers and shit like that. And so Gary Oldman, he's a bad, dirty cop, and then he comes over there, and they ended up murdering her family. And so to be able to survive this, she pretends like she is the daughter of Jean Reno. Jean Reno plays an assassin, a hired assassin. He calls himself a cleaner, and throughout the film, it's basically she falls in love with him, and it's very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable movie to be able to watch. I mean, it's something I don't recommend for everybody. Gary Oldman has a incredible line read that he does in the film. There's some incredible action moments, and there's a lot of badass shit that happens in that. And look, nothing sexual ever happens between Jean Reno and Natalie Portman's character, but there's a
when the entire basis of the plot
man,
is that
makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's
super uncomfortable being able to watch it. So, and then I mean, look, this is the movie that I ended up watching along with watching Fifth Element. So, look, Fifth Element doesn't play on any of that at all. Fifth Element doesn't play on any of that at all. As a matter of fact, Fifth Element was actually a story that Luc Besson came up with as a kid. Luc Besson, he didn't watch television until he was 18, never had a television until he was 18. His parents were professional divers, and so he spent the vast majority of his time on the ocean. Made a movie called Into the Blue, I believe is the name of the movie. And it's his first, feature film that he ended up making. And then he started writing, to keep himself busy, to keep himself from boredom, going insane. He decided that he was going to, he's creating the story in his brain. So the story that he creates ends up being the basis for what becomes Fifth Element. It was based on a guy and, Flotsam Paradise and everything like that. And it all made its way into that. So that by the time that he was an adult and he was in his 30s and going to be able to make Fifth Element, he had already crafted this 400-page script. I don't know if you know anything about scripts. You cannot fucking shoot a 400-page script. No.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a 3-part movie.
Yeah, it's
originally
75-hour long. It would just be ridiculous. It'd be so fucking long. And then so he pitches the idea behind what the Fifth Element is to the production studio. It's all filmed in France. It was a European production. I believe the production company that actually did this is okay. So yeah, Gaumont is the production company, and that's he actually started his own production company. I don't know if it was before this or after this, but they are the people behind the money of all of the movies that Luc Besson makes. But he presented this idea to the production company, and the production company was like, "Fuck yeah, let's roll with it." And so he goes into pre-production, only to find out that what he wants from the computer generated imagery is not like CGI is not where it needs to be for him to be able to make this movie. And so instead of making this movie, he makes Leon, and basically gets all the money and backing and everything like that to be able to make something like The Fifth Element. And by then they had moved on, far enough along into CGI so that he could actually accomplish a lot of the things that he was able to accomplish. Leon it was a $16 million movie. It made $46 million. So he has been proven time and time again to be a backable, movie maker.
Profitable.
Yeah, super, super profitable movie maker. And they let him fucking run with it, man. Fifth Element, done by the same production company, and then released by Buena Vista internationally. Internationally being, inside the United States and everything like that, because it is a movie it's made out of France. So Fifth Element, what did you guys think?
I mean, for me,
Yeah.
I grew up watching this
Me
movie
too.
quite a bit.
Yep.
It was often on the Sci-Fi Channel TNT, TBS, whatever. This was one of those movies that just seemed to run every summer on TV constantly. Like, oh, it was on at 4, it's on again at 7. Like, I watched this movie a lot growing up, so I kind of have a lot of nostalgia for it.
Me too.
But now watching it again, it's not as good as I think I remembered it.
That's kind of the same thing that I had with this.
Yeah.
Being able to watch it. It's this whole, being able to watch a movie with a critical eye thing. You know, Logan talked about that. I think we've all talked about that at some point.
It almost felt like a parody movie that, and now, learning more about it being French and all of that, it seems like it's a movie made by foreigners of their take on
America.
Western action.
Correct. And it is.
And it really is.
100% it is.
But it's almost to the point where it's like, it's kind of too on the nose. It's almost a parody of itself.
Yeah.
And I don't know how else to describe that.
I can describe it as it seems like a plot that was written by a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
there you go.
That answers a lot of questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
That story that you gave us.
But I did enjoy my viewing this time. Like, I had fun watching the movie.
Oh yeah, I have fun every time I watch the movie.
But yeah, and I like the weird. It's almost like this is a modern at the time. This was their Blade Runner of the time.
Yeah.
It was very cyberpunk feeling.
Yes.
It was, I don't know. I still like a lot of that kind of retro 60s style future tech in the movie where everything is analog but digital. And like the whole apartment where everything is like, Murphy-esque and it blends into the environments. And I thought that was super neat. And the takes on like capitalist corporations essentially being the governments and controlling everything. Zork.
I like the whole McDonald's presence throughout it. It's so funny.
Yeah. I thought it was super neat.
That's lifted right out of Blade Runner too. Like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I enjoy it still.
Yeah.
Like I say it's a movie that I like. I would even say that it's a good movie. I would even go that far because
I agree. I enjoy the hell out of it.
I wouldn't say it's like there's some people on the internet that will say that it doesn't get its due for being one of the best sci-fi movies ever made.
That's a hot take.
Cool down.
Yeah.
Guys, cool it, okay?
It's a fun action comedy sci-fi flick is what it is.
Yeah. And has some interesting things too. And like you said, Rubyen, it's got some interesting comments to make about different, ideas in the future in this dystopic, kind of view of things.
I did like that in a lot of these kinds of movies like Blade Runner, it's always raining, it's always dark, it's always gritty. But even in this movie where there's trash in the streets and the entire ozone is ruined at the base level of the buildings, I like that everything was always brightly lit.
Yes.
And it was always daytime and it was never raining. I like that it was purposely the opposite of, dark sci-fi.
Right.
Yep. So I thought that was an interesting take.
It was definitely lighter, like you said. I don't know. It's weird. There's some stuff about it that it's like it does seem almost like it was, I don't want to go as far as like revolutionary, but it was forward thinking and had some cool ideas and interesting takes on the future. And then some of it was so like poorly thought out and didn't make any sense.
I have some stuff on that too. So they have the facial recognition scanners that they were able to scan her on the building and go, no file found. They had the ability to, locate and track individual vehicles and like your points and when you have accidents. But then whenever they go to look for Corbin Dallas, the police officers, there's no names on the door. We don't know who's where.
Yeah.
You don't have people's addresses. And then there's no name on the door. And then the Corbin Dallas card is on his neighbor's door. And they go, we found him.
Yep.
You just had facial recognition 20 minutes ago.
Smoke you.
Smoke you. Yeah.
And normally I would say that that's just, you get these things where, predicting the future just doesn't make sense in our current context.
Right.
That's not one of those times. Like one of the things that is always funny to look in these movies is like they have flying cars, but there's still people driving them.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Wrong technology came first.
Well, no, the cars were automated. He physically pressed an automated button.
Yeah.
So he was in manual. Cars were in manual control, but also had self-control.
Could you imagine though if everybody had to fucking fly their cars around like that?
You had to be in
space?
the right depth of.
People would just be smashing into each other. It would be oh my god.
Well, when you have a point system, you'd be more careful.
Okay,
So-
there you go.
I would just not drive.
You only got 5
Fuck
points
that.
left on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this idea that also, by the way, anyone else want a space taxi cab simulator game?
Oh, it'd be fun.
I'd
as
play
shit.
the hell out of that.
Yeah.
So let me introduce you later. I'll link you to a game on Steam where you are a taxi cab driver in a cyberpunk world. I'll
so it
link
exists.
it. It does exist, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because the one
That's
that I
awesome.
play that's the closest to that would be Elite Dangerous, where
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't do any fighting. I literally just do carrier missions and just
And it takes hours to be able to get from point A
Yes.
to point B. Yeah, I
Yes.
know. It's like a European truck simulator.
Yeah.
Except for
Light
space
years.
flight. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
right. I enjoy that. I just hate the pirates because I have no guns. I can't defend myself.
Austin, give me your take.
I thought the movie was okay. I actually watched it in 2 different nights because this week I was getting up early to go to the gym, much earlier than I usually wake up, like 8. So I went to the gym early. So I started it later that night, and I only
I've
watched
already been up for an hour. I've already had coffee.
I went to bed at 5 a.m. last night.
Okay.
Besides the point. I watched half of it the first night, and I was telling Tyler just the other day that I think Tyler and Logan, I mentioned it to both of you, that I didn't like it at first. The first 20 minutes or so, I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my thing. And then I got to the parts where they started to introduce like Gary Oldman.
Sorry.
Was it the game?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
He's driving. It looks
What's
like
the name of it?
It's called Cloud Punk.
Okay.
How much is that?
Cloud Punk.
$20.
I'm buying it right now.
Yeah.
No, let me.
You
Hold
should
on.
wait till the podcast is over before you.
Yeah.
Whatever, guys. Keep
Austin,
talking.
please,
Anyway.
please
Yeah,
continue.
I'm paying attention.
First 20 minutes, I wasn't into it. Honestly, the second I saw the first
Yeah, the
alien
opening-
like waddle up, I was like, oh no.
Did they
Mine is shallow.
did they not look
no.
like Mighty Morphin Power Ranger set designs?
I didn't watch Power Rangers.
Oh,
It
Jesus
did.
Christ.
It did. Like clearly a dude like in a suit.
I
Are
don't
you
know.
German?
Anyway, it's like Hannah was laying in bed next to me, and she wasn't watching it. She was going to sleep, but she rolled over at one point, and she was like, "Why does this look like a fucking Star Wars ripoff?" And I was like, "That's kind of what it is." And I was
Yep.
like, "That's exactly the vibe I got from it when I was 20 minutes in." But overall, I think the film was okay. Would I rewatch it? No, probably.
You should
not.
rewatch
You should
it.
rewatch
I
it.
don't think-
There's different things you get from it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so
I
even
don't know,
like
man.
Kaylee
Like-
watched it with me earlier, and yeah, the first like 20 minutes, it's the 1914 take of aliens built the pyramids,
Egypt and all that
and
stuff. Yeah.
which I thought it was cool. It was good world building,
Yeah.
but yeah, the guys waddling out. They're this advanced space, creatures.
I like the
and,
weird, gremlin-looking dudes more than I liked
Yeah.
the goblin-looking guys. I don't know what they were called, but I liked them more than
Those were the Mandalores.
Yeah, the
The
Mandalores.
Mandalores?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely not Star Wars
Yeah.
related.
Yeah, not at all.
But Kaylee was watching with me, and she's like, "What is this movie?" Like we were watching the first 20 minutes of it, and I was like, "You've seen this movie before?" She's like, "No, I have never seen this." And I was like, "Okay, wait about 15 more minutes, and you'll know what movie this is."
Yeah.
And then as soon as Mia Yoyovi, as soon as she shows up,
Yeah.
that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as she shows up, she goes, "Oh, I know what movie this is, mul-ti-pass." And I was like,
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's this."
Yeah.
So
Lilo
speaking-
Dallas multi-pass.
Yeah, multi-pass.
Yeah.
Speaking of her, I'm sure Tyler probably saw me over
Yeah, yeah.
here
Resident
looking
Evil.
up stuff.
She has done every bad sci-fi movie
Yeah,
ever released.
Look, I'm a simple man, all right? And I was watching this
The first
movie.
Resident Evil movie's not that bad.
Okay, well, I'm a simple man, right? So I'm watching this movie, and her character comes out, and I was like, oh, wow, she's hot. I was like, okay, I'm about this. And
That's what Luc Besson said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right. I'm not. Anyway, but she popped up, and I was like, oh. So I was just looking her up, and I didn't realize that she's the same girl that's in the Resident Evil movies.
Resident Evil, Monster Hunter.
Because I don't know a lot of actors. Because y'all know it's me. But I've never.
No, it's me.
The Fourth Kind.
I've never seen.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
Owl movie?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the Owl
it's
movie.
the Owl movie.
No,
I've never.
fuck that.
I've never actually seen the Resident Evil movies, and I was going to ask you guys if they were
The
good.
the first two are like the first
Okay.
one's really
Look,
cool.
I can get all of them for $35.
Do
And I
you
was
do you like the Resident Evil games?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay,
you'll,
then forget
yeah.
about all of those whenever you're watching the
Not a
Resident Evil
single
movie,
thing.
because there's
Umbrella?
zero. Okay,
Umbrella Corp,
Corporation.
Raccoon City.
Yes,
that's
that's
where it ends.
That's the extent of everything.
Well, as you get a little further, but you don't want it. We don't go there.
Yeah.
Like you,
Are
they that
you
bad?
start to
They're
get,
basically the Fast
Are they-
and Furious of Resident
like
Evil
you'll
movies.
get
Or of
eventually you
horror
get like
movies?
Wesker
They're not
and
even horror.
Chris
They're not
Redfield and Leon. You get them in those movies later on, but those movies are really really bad. Like,
Really bad.
I never
beyond
watched
bad.
past, I think, the third one.
I've
They're
seen
not
all
even
of them.
like campy bad. Like
No.
I can't even.
They're
just
just
watch
like
them and,
straight to Sci-Fi Channel. Like it's 2 a.m. Who made this?
They literally
movie?
were like after a while they
made
didn't even.
one of them in 3D when 3D was
Oh,
like,
that's right. Yeah.
oh
Was that
my
the
God.
third one?
No, I don't think it was.
Resident Evil 3
D.
That's something they would do.
She's throwing an axe.
Right.
At like that was part of the
Oh, I
big
know.
thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa. Yeah, it was just. I watched all of them. I've seen all of them. So
The first one,
to-
however, has a really badass CG scene that was like
yes.
where lasers are coming down a hallway.
Yeah,
You don't-
I know what you're talking
And
about.
I'll stop.
spoilers.
I'll stop it.
It
there.
is
No
pretty
spoilers.
cool.
It's pretty badass.
I'm telling you, the first one I still like
As
to
a
this day.
standalone Resident Evil, the movie,
Yeah.
unrelated to the video games. The first is fun to watch.
Yes.
Do you think it's worth buying all 6 of them
No.
for $35?
No.
$5 a piece.
Blu-ray.
Well, you really like Resident Evil. It
Yeah.
might be for you.
Yeah,
You
might.
you
you'd
probably
like
get
it.
more out of
You
it
might
than,
like it.
than I would, but
I
I can
don't
tell
know.
you right
every,
now.
every one of y'all has
There's-
had something bad to
He
say.
likes
so
the Chucky
far.
franchise.
You also have the Aladdin
Chucky
soundtrack
is top
on your.
tier horror films. If you like campy
Top
doll
tier.
horror,
He
all right?
likes. If you
Chucky
like,
sucks.
do you like doll
Excuse me?
horror?
I'm not even gonna have to
Okay.
respect. It's bad. It's
Okay.
all bad, man. I'm
He's
sorry.
voiced by Brad Dourif. All right.
I don't even know who that is.
His
Austin.
daughter is
Brad
in the
Dourif?
latter movies of the series.
Because that's how long he's been doing it.
Yeah, actually, his daughter's like the lead actress in the last 3 Chucky movies or 2 Chucky movies.
So in The Fifth Element,
Oh man, I'm so glad that you brought it back there.
Anyway, but like speaking of campy, that's what I got a lot from Fifth Element.
I got you.
It was real campy, especially when Gary Oldman made himself known.
okay,
Oh my
Gary
God.
Oldman. Hold on a
He's
second.
He's my favorite character
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
entire film.
And I love that he
Absolutely.
did this
Yeah.
movie because he just owed money to Luc Besson or whatever, like as a pay. That's what I was reading. I don't know how
Sure.
much any of this is true, but
It would
he
make
didn't
sense.
he didn't even like offer to take this movie. He didn't even like put out like, hey, I would like to be in this movie. Luke was like, you're gonna be in this movie
Yes.
because I gave you all that money for the last movie you did, so I need you in this one. And Gary's just like, yeah, all right, man.
And
But
he-
he's like, I want to
And
make
then
it real.
it's like one of his coolest performances.
But he hated the fucking hairpiece that
Oh,
they
yeah.
had
I
him
bet
wear
he
in
did.
it.
And I read some interview thing as well where people were asking about like, oh, Bruce Willis had a lot of fun on the movie.
Yeah.
Mila had a lot of fun on the movie, and then
Yeah.
Gary Oldman was like, I never want to talk about that movie.
Correct.
Don't like. Why are you asking?
You
me?
know what his character's full name is in the movie?
Jean. Hold on, I got it. It's Jean
Jean
Eduardo.
No, it's
Jean
Zorg.
Baptiste
Oh, Baptiste.
Jean Baptiste.
Madrago Zorg.
Jean Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
No,
Emmanuel
Emmanuel,
Zorg.
not Eduardo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love it. I love his character. Just talking about the characters in the movie. So you have Jean Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
And can we get backstory? How did he contact Mr. Shadow?
I think Mr. Shadow just contacts him.
Mr. Shadow 100% is a bad guy that a 14-year-old came up with.
100%.
Well, he's evil
Uh,
bald named Mr. Shadow.
So you've got Leeloo.
That sounds awesome.
You've got Leeloo,
Yeah.
played by Mila Jovovich, Corbin Dallas, Bruce Willis. Come on, man, Bruce Willis.
It was supposed to be Mel Gibson.
It was supposed to be, and there was like a list of actors that it was supposed to be before they ended up getting with Bruce Willis. But I'm so glad that Bruce Willis landed this role because it is 100%. I said it earlier.
Also,
it's John McClane.
he
that
has
just
the same
happens to be-
outfit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally the same outfit.
I like also that he is an ex-special commando military force super soldier.
That drives taxis.
And then now he lives in a shitty apartment and has to
Yeah.
drive taxis.
Yes.
And that's how much the
And
government.
apparently he's bad at it.
Yeah.
He's about to lose
Yeah,
his
yeah.
license.
He's
lose
already
his
had
license.
multiple incidences, and his boss kept calling him or whatever.
We have Vito Cornelius,
Yeah.
which is Ian Holm, the great and
What else was he
powerful
in?
Ian Holm.
Precious.
He's in Alien. He's the
yes.
android
Thank you.
in
He's
Thank
the
you.
android in
The whole
Alien.
time I'm
He has his
like,
head chopped
the
off.
whole
He's
time
no,
I'm-
he's the freaking
Fucking
Bilbo Baggins.
in the goddamn Lord of the Rings franchise.
Okay, but he was in Alien.
but he was
okay,
an alien.
And
he is
Angela-
also an alien.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like the whole time I'm looking at him, and he's like, when,
Yeah.
when he first sees
was
Bilbo
Leeloo,
Baggins.
you're literally looking at him.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say "my precious" again.
Yes.
He was so close,
yes.
but then he said
That makes
"perfection."
sense.
Yeah, he was. Look, Ian Holm is fucking awesome.
He's silly.
He's one of those that is great in anything that he is ever in. And
Oh,
I don't know if he's my. not my favorite character. My favorite character is Zorg. The most entertaining character from the entire thing
Ruby Rod
is fucking Ruby Rod.
Yeah.
Kaylee literally left whenever
I thought he was annoying.
when
as
he started
I
screaming. She turned the
love
TV
him.
down and she said,
Yeah.
"This is annoying." And I was like, "It's almost over." And then he immediately screams longer.
Yes.
Yep.
And she left. She walked out of the room.
Yeah.
She-
I love Chris Tucker in this movie. I love that character. I love the outfits. Do you know who was originally
Prince.
Prince. Yeah.
Yes.
Or Michael Jackson. But
Somebody I was reading, listening to like a review about it on YouTube, and somebody was, they had this conversation about Prince being, the inspiration for this role, and he wouldn't even had to fucking all the outfits that he had.
He already had the outfits.
He's already got those in
Yeah.
his closet. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like, oh,
It
shit,
would
I'll
have just
wear
turned
this
on the
one.
camera and be like, all
Correct.
right,
Yeah.
all
Yes.
right, go.
I also love
Um,
that he's just running like a radio, like podcast,
Yeah.
live stream.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
the whole time Bruce Willis is like, "It's all right."
Yeah.
His whole
thrilling.
thrilling.
Yeah. So we got the characters. Oh, and I wanted to talk about President
President Tiny.
Tiny Lister. Like the thing that I know him as, he's Debo. He's Debo
Yeah.
from Friday. So it's the last. It was the pairing that Chris Tucker and he had previously. Where Chris Tucker is standing over the top of Debo.
He was in a
And
gold
he was
member.
like, "You just got knocked the fuck out."
Yeah.
I love he's just this completely swole ass president of the United States.
That's one of the aforementioned idiocracy. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Not that, but he's not an idiot in this movie. Whereas,
Yeah, he's the president.
Terry
of the,
Crews is an idiot.
Terry Crews is a fucking idiot.
He's the
in
president
Idiocracy.
of what is it? The Federation
of unions or
Yes.
some stupid shit.
Some stupid shit that a teenager created.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to talk about is the costumes in here. So, when you talk about set design and production and everything like that, the thing that I found out in my research is the city, the New York City in the future with all the super tall buildings and everything.
they were
like
actually
that.
scaled models.
That was a fucking set.
And then I was reading too that the cars are like that they did in those shots were not animated or drawn. It was a computer program.
Yes.
That they put them all on pass and then just hit record.
Yeah.
And just loop the pass, and then they were like, "All right, change the texture of that car. Change the texture of that car."
And it looks actually okay.
It looks good
until
she does the
dive, and then it looks like trash.
Oh, it looks so bad.
Yeah.
It's really, really terrible.
Did you guys watch it in 4K HDR Dolby
Correct.
Vision?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's 2 points where the CGI really falls apart. There's that scene, and there's also the scene where they're taking the ship to float some paradise.
Oh, yeah.
And the ship is just...
It's on a stick.
Yeah,
and
that's what it feels
they're
like.
moving it. Yeah.
Yes. And apparently it was this giant fucking model that they made.
And you know what's weird is this movie won a shit ton
of visual
effect awards at the time, and that's because everybody was watching it on 24-inch CRTs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even at the time,
I'll tell
when
you
I
what,
was
though.
growing up watching this movie, I thought it looked awesome.
Look, even though I watched it, 65-inch,
Jurassic
4K,
Park was 5 years
everything like
older.
that,
Terminator 2.
It looks really good.
Oh, I forgot.
Even-
Those are
it
American
looks-
movies. What's up, France?
Oh no, France is like our third largest demo, dude.
Are they really?
Yeah,
They're up
something
there.
What's up,
like-
France?
Yeah.
Just change the tone a little
Yeah,
bit.
change
yeah. Yeah, what's up, France? The costume design is all done by Jean-Paul Gaultier. So he's crazy famous French designer. Worked with Madonna, created the whole Like a Virgin, everything like that.
That makes sense.
The whole big cone titty thing that Madonna did whenever she was.
He just went for
Everybody
it.
that's going to be watching that on video gets to see me do the big cone titty thing. Like he did that whole design for Madonna and everything like that. But he was this crazy famous French designer, and friends with Luc Besson and worked together. I mean, Luc Besson got some incredibly talented people together to be able to make this movie, from production design to costume design to like his director of photography is a guy that he's always worked with on all of his films. Like he has some really, really talented people that he has worked with throughout the years.
Except an editor. Movie was poorly edited, in my opinion.
In what way?
In ways that some of the scenes dragged on too long.
Okay.
In ways where it seemed like you were about to get more of an explanation of something, and then it just abruptly switches scenes. Like it continued, and you missed part of it. And like you remember when they go to visit John McClane, and like he locks he locks him in like the freezer, and then he like opens it, and it looks like by all accounts they're dead.
They're dead.
And then he just shows up later.
Well,
yeah. You're like, wait, what? Hold on.
There's plenty of scenes though. I think that's a running gag with that captain though. Is we get the scene of him with the it looks like blood coming down because he's talking to Mr. Shadow.
Yes.
That straight looked like barbecue sauce rolling down his face.
It looked like chocolate syrup or something.
It was. I'm almost positive it was chocolate syrup.
But and you get that scene, and then the skull comes out, and then he wakes up. You're like, oh, it was just a dream. Or maybe it was some kind of vision. That guy's dead. Stuff was coming down his face, and then we see him later, and then he's in the cryo chamber area.
Yes.
And then she grabs him, and at first you're like, oh, she just punched through his heart, but she grabbed him, slams his face on the thing. And you're like, oh, he's dead. And then he shows up again later, and he's got the little thing over his nose.
Yeah.
And then he's in the freezer. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah,
and then he's back
I
again.
straight thought he died when he came out of the freezer.
Yeah.
I thought he died at least 2 times.
I was just looking him up because I was trying to figure out what his name was. It's Brian James.
Yeah, so the thing that he is also known for
I can't wait to play this when I get home.
So he played Leon Kowalski in Blade Runner. So he's the guy who got the Voight comp test.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he does. That is him.
That's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just without a beard in that movie.
Yes.
No, but I thought when they showed him in the freezer, I thought he was dead, and I was like, dude, they just pulled a Game of Thrones at the beginning of this movie. Like, what the fuck?
Well, he almost killed the priest though. They put cellophane over him, and he was like, "Ah!"
Yeah. When he tears it off, he's like,
yeah. But what's that? The bed covers itself, and
probably it's like a
sanitation
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah, man. Look, I would love to be able to have some shit like that. Whenever you're done with your bed, it just fucking slides up into the wall.
It's called an RV, dude.
The food delivery guy just pulls up to your window.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Badass.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a cool scene.
That's like
that was like exactly what I want in a movie about the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's got an old-looking boat that's on wheels.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, and the slow reveal of the context of it. Awesome.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of really, really incredibly creative
stop smoking cigarette machine.
I love that. I love that the cigarettes are like
they're
80%
filter.
regular cigarettes,
Yeah.
but it's like 80% filter.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
But how much of that is the stop smoking versus just corporations using less product and charging you more?
Yep.
And then, or also just because, look at the ozone at the bottom of that area of the city. They can't grow tobacco anymore, so they're using less of it, but still selling cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
There's some depth there.
But all of the characters had cigarettes like that. So that's the only ones available, apparently.
Yeah. I guess it's just like the progression of, non-filtered, filtered,
extremely
those Virginia Slim filters. That's where the progression, that's the evolution of filters is 80% filter and just a tiny little piece of cigarette at the very end of it. The whole thing is so silly.
At first, because when you first watch, you're like, oh, did he grab that backwards? And you're like, wait a second. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I see what's happening.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
It's so dumb.
This is dumb, yeah.
It's great.
And what about the robber that comes to the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
He has the
I feel like that's a character Austin would hate.
I thought that scene was okay though. I kind of liked it. How he
nice
takes
hat.
the gun and
Yeah.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Hey,
that made me laugh.
Yeah. Do you mind if I keep your gun? Go ahead and keep it.
Well, I love that you got to press the little yellow button.
I'm not needing it.
I'm pretty sure pressing the yellow button turned it off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And you can hear it go.
Yeah, power down.
Yeah. It's great.
Oh my gosh, dude! Freaking meth head.
Yeah.
In the future, it's
completely cracked out
Yeah.
neighbor. Yeah, he has a really, really nice neighborhood. So good neighbors.
Yeah, and he even said, "Nice to see you on the 5,000 block." Like it's almost like he moved there specifically so people wouldn't know where he lived.
Correct.
Yeah. But he could take care of himself if he needed to.
100% he could. And then whenever he drops the thing down to go throw the gun in there, and it's just filled with other guns.
Yeah. How many people have tried to rob him?
So many
Yeah,
fucking
he's just
times.
used to it.
Yeah. It's so great.
Oh man.
Look, man, there's a bunch of really, really fun stuff that's in there. A lot of really, really silly stuff that's in there. We haven't even really talked about Leeloo. So
Leeloo mul-ti-pass.
Leeloo Dallas.
So
yeah,
her, and you could probably go over this, but like her language when she first appears and she starts
Correct.
talking
Yep.
is a full blown like 400 word language that they
that
created,
she
wrote,
created with
and,
Luc Besson.
and also again maybe that's where the affair came up.
I'm certain it is.
They were probably sending messages and letters back and
Yeah.
forth to each other in
Yeah.
secret
In
code
that language.
in that
Yeah.
language, so
Oh,
people
yeah.
on set wouldn't know what they were saying to each other.
It's
Kind of weird.
I don't want to think about that.
So sweet.
Hey, yeah, it's a love story. But I mean, I think that's interesting.
I mean, the movie is a love story. So, yeah.
This movie's so French it hurts.
Hey,
and,
France.
I mean, that's the movie ends with love.
Yes.
That's what saves the world.
Yeah, they
correct.
interstellared the hell out of it, didn't they?
Yes,
I
they
didn't
did.
like the last scene. I thought it was stupid.
That's
Like,
the Fifth Element.
It's the fifth element, dude.
Yeah.
Fire,
Fire.
the one match
water.
he had.
no, not
Oh.
that scene. I mean, the last scene, like
Yeah.
the very last thing you see.
With
them
before it
inside
cuts
of
them
the.
Yes,
fucking-
when they're inside the
Oh,
thing.
it's
fucking,
French, dude.
Yeah.
Like the president's like, I want to see my man.
then
I
you
was like,
get
yeah,
that-
let's see him. And
You
it
get that
comes
like heavy
okay.
reverb guitar, like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, and it freeze frames, and you're
God,
like,
I hated all that. I hated
Oh,
that
yeah,
whole
that-
end
that was
piece.
pretty dumb.
That
at
was
the
so
end.
bad. It was so bad.
It
It
was.
felt like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Or like what the French version of a
Well, it
an
was written
American
in the
action
80s.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but I mean, like the whole movie literally like just aged 20 years in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know. In the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Leeloo mul-ti-pass.
Yeah.
So
Arguably her best scene, by the way.
with the Leeloo mul-ti-pass.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leeloo Dallas.
So if you
Multi-pass.
didn't catch what happened though, is at the beginning of the movie, we get the what's their names? What are the creatures?
Mondashawan.
The Mundashawans take the stones and they take the fifth element away from Earth because they need it for something else.
Inside of
going
that
on.
sarcophagus.
Yeah, inside the sarcophagus. And every 5,000 years, evil appears.
Yes.
Why? We don't know. Where does it come from? What does it do?
Doesn't
Who
matter.
cares?
Yeah.
But the what are they called?
Mondashawan.
Mondashawans. They're coming back to Earth. It's about that time. They're on their way back, and they said in 300 years we will return and bring back the stones. So they're on their way back, and then the like the hobgoblin creatures, the Mandalores,
The Mangalores.
Mangalores.
Yeah.
That's right. And again, two small fighter ships shoot down this massive carrier, which appears to hold the last remaining remnants of their civilization.
Correct.
Two little
Not
fighter
the last
ships.
remaining of their civilization, but it is it has the fifth element.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd think
So-
they'd send more reinforcements.
Yeah, but they
Or
were.
their advanced ships would have some kind of energy shield.
I think they
or,
were just all about peace and love and
You're
you know,
right.
protection.
That's what we
and-
get.
Yes.
Except when he freaking laser ride.
Well,
the priest
he didn't
guy.
kill him though. He put him to sleep because the
yes.
priest continued another 300 years of passing down his knowledge.
Well,
He
no,
did.
no, it was the archaeologist that he kills at the very
Yeah.
beginning. Also, Luke Perry. So,
Randomly?
Yeah. Just like
just randomly at the very
it's like
beginning of
Indiana
the movie.
Jones origin
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. One of the things that like I've said a billion times throughout my life,
Weird.
seeing that, which is Aziz light.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm working on something and I don't have enough light, and that's a thing that's yes, I've always said that.
But Leeloo comes from that sarcophagus, so they shoot down the ship.
All they have left
And-
is the hand.
Just the hand of the sarcophagus.
Correct.
Which then, luckily, 300 years later, humanity has created this biochamber to rebuild.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yeah.
But they're apparently also using it to heal people
Yep.
and
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
a 3D printer. That's all.
That's
yeah.
basically what it is.
yeah.
Because they do a fucking badass job of being able to do that with like you see where they're like taking the pieces of skull and
Yeah.
they're going just layering all the different pieces in there together. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not far off from what we're attempting to do now in 2021.
Good luck be able to bring that shit back to life. I
Well,
love
and
that
with all the
they're gonna-
memories
they're going to
and-
bombard the cells with radiation, and that's what ends up creating.
That's
the
what
skin
grows
and-
the yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I like. There's a lot of really cool.
Like they even
you
say,
know,
like we attack
tech.
this one thing, so
Yep.
it stimulates that response.
Yep.
It was like kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool thought out.
Cool
then,
ideas.
Yeah.
How safe is that thing? it's completely impenetrable.
Yes.
Punches right through it and
Right
immediately
through
go,
it.
oh no, she's
First
super
time.
strong.
Yeah.
And then she just head dives through aluminum foil.
Why is it made out of the fucking the aluminum foil that they use to put around the Insta Pop fucking popcorn? That's what it looked like to me.
It even makes the noise.
It goes,
yeah.
What about the best invention in this entire movie, which is the Big Fuck Gun 3000?
It has every weapon in one.
Dude.
Yeah.
It even has the auto aim from Soldier 76.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
so good. And to watch Zorg be able to present that whenever he like the whole and my favorite, the flamethrower. Yeah, I just love that. I love it so
Yeah,
much.
dude. I love whenever he does like the auto aim thing and he's shooting it at him and they
they all
get pissed.
pull
Like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Love that part. That was pretty nice.
Don't press the red button. And then,
They would have asked about the red button.
and again, around the same time period, 97, what's with the don't press the red button meme? Men in Black, this movie probably happened in another 97 movie I can't think of.
certain. Yep.
It's just they all shared stuff. And again, Bruce Willis, air ducts, Leeloo's running through the air ducts to get away from people.
Yes.
That was clearly a
It had to have been a
That was
nod,
a
right?
that was a Die Hard reference.
It had to have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why are air
Because
ducts?
like when he comes in there, he's like, why are you in here? Like,
Yeah.
why would you do this?
Yeah.
Like, why
and
would
she
you
does it
think to do-
again.
Yeah.
Whenever they're on the ship, she front flips up through the air vent.
Correct.
It's like what's her with air vents? I don't know.
Has to be a reference to Die Hard.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Or
Everything has to have
or
air
a
vents for
16-year-old
air
wrote this movie.
conditioning that was, I don't know, 300 years into the future. They're using the same type of fucking air conditioning.
Well, because he was 31.
Uh-huh.
Die Hard came out in 87.
Sure.
So he would have been 19, 20 whenever
So-
he watched Die Hard.
Of course.
So
yeah.
his script revision was like, oh, I'm definitely going to write a movie
Yeah.
about Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I would have done.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But we haven't talked about everybody's favorite thing, which is Leeloo's costume.
Oh, yeah. Just nipping the whole movie, dude.
The whole movie.
Talking
The
about this
whole
thing?
movie. Yes.
This
Yeah.
weird,
And
like-
then, and
You
Kaylee...
mean the thermal bandages?
I was about to say the thermal bandages.
And
That is
Kaylee pointed
correct.
out to me as well once she gets the
I
like
don't know why they just
jumpsuit
give her
on.
clothes.
The well, because it's French,
Yeah.
and she was 21.
There you go.
At least she wasn't 12. But anyways, Kaylee pointed out whenever she has the jumpsuit on, whenever they go to do the mul-ti-pass thing, and she's wearing like the silicone like suspenders.
Yes.
They're cut out perfectly around her nipples.
That's correct.
Yeah. Just okay.
Why would they not be?
Yeah. Why would they not be?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the future.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's isn't that the clothes that the priest had? Like, was that?
Also,
it
yeah.
is.
Also, good point. Hold on. The priest gave her those clothes.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you? What?
Yeah, well, and, I mean, the priest and the young man were living together as well. And
Well, it's because he was passing on the knowledge.
you're right. You're right. Was it actually his son? He kept saying my son, but I think that's just a religious thing. But
Yeah.
maybe it was his son.
I don't think it was his actual
I don't think it
son.
was.
No, probably
I
not.
don't think
Yeah,
it was.
I didn't get that. I think he was just an inept,
I also like
young-
their home computer where they were teaching her language and
Yeah.
she was browsing.
like the Matrix style, where
She was
just
just
loaded in.
Yeah, she was speed reading. Did you guys catch though that in the apartment, whenever she's going through and learning all the languages, she stops at V, the Roman numeral 5. She stops reading at V.
Because of Fifth Element?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go back and watch
You
it.
think
And
that was
then
That makes
intentional?
sense.
it was intentional, but then he also thought about, he goes, oh wait, after they escape the ship and now they're on Zorg's private ship, she gets back on the computer and types in war.
Yeah.
W comes after V.
Except she also missed, death, battle,
Right. Hey, man.
genocide.
Hey, man.
She didn't come across any of that.
War.
Nazis
Nuclear
didn't come
bombs.
across any of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Well,
would you?
guns,
Yeah.
none of that.
But
Why
yeah,
would you?
it's just little cheesy stuff
Of
like that.
course.
It's camp.
Yeah.
That part actually did get on my nerves a little bit, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, there's
Like, because it was
if
such,
you-
it was
if
it was one of those unnecessary, like, oh, here's just another thing, another problem to overcome in the last seconds to drive tension. It felt cheap,
okay.
Almost like, how do we wrap this up? And then she looks up war. Now she doesn't want to save anybody, and now
Right.
she needs a
Yeah,
kiss.
and it,
Well, I think
and it
that
was so
that's-
like it moved past it.
It's just a trope that's been done a bunch of times throughout everything. It's like
Again,
it's
it was
like,
a
why
400-page
yeah,
story.
Why would humanity be saved? Oh shit! What was
What was that L word I saw?
I just I watched something the other day.
Every movie.
Oh shit! There's a movie on Netflix right now called Mitchells versus the Machines.
I was about to watch that.
It is such a good movie.
I wanted to watch it, but I ran out of time. I was talking to Ben about it.
There is
it's good.
that's kind of the whole thing is like the AI is going to destroy humanity. That's kind of the whole
Smart
game.
House. Disney's Smart House.
Okay.
You mean like when the mom's the house?
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
I like that movie.
So they were like,
kinda-
give me one reason why we shouldn't destroy humanity, and the
It's
guy's
some Ray
like,
Bradbury shit.
because human beings could love, and then she just smacks the shit out of him, and it's just like the fucking stupidest reason ever, and then that's the entire plot point behind Fifth Element
Right.
is
Yeah.
exactly that.
No, you idiot.
Yes, yeah.
Tell her, Corbin.
Yeah, look, man, I know it's super cheesy, super corny, everything like that.
But hey, 97.
Yeah, of
Primo.
course. I mean, how are you gonna?
It's just
How
funny
else
how
are you
you
gonna be
get
able to
like
bring something like that to a
such
close?
like interesting, cool things in some of the movie, and then just absolute bullshit.
Did you
in
guys
other
also
parts.
catch, Austin? Did you catch the bad guy in the movie Zorg and the good guy in the movie Corbin throughout the entire movie are both playing opposite of each other, but never once interact on screen or see each other?
Yeah, no interaction at all with each other.
Did you
Never
catch that?
noticed. No,
Yeah.
never
There's
noticed.
one scene where they are on the ship
It's just a
after
gag.
after the Lady Gaga of the future, the singing lady, gets shot in her concert.
Diva Plava Laguna.
Yeah, Diva Plava Laguna. After she gets shot in the stomach, and he's like, "Where are the stones?" She's like, "They're in me." And then he has to dig inside this dead body's stomach.
Okay.
What?
Where the fuck were those stones?
In her stomach.
Okay, I get it.
She's an alien.
Okay, so she is just completely hollowed out on the inside except for
Sure.
these stones.
She
Maybe
ate
she has
them?
like storage sacks. that she
Okay.
Kangaroos.
yeah, okay.
kangaroos, bro.
Okay,
What
okay.
do you- yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
There's
Those
a
are some
scene-
pretty big fucking stones. Don't know if you
they were
noticed that.
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's
They had to
like,
be heavy.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's well. That's what helped her sing. They
Oh,
were pushing
maybe-
on her diaphragm.
You think that's what it was?
That's how
Maybe
she
that's
hit
why
those.
she walked so fucking weird throughout the entire thing as well.
Actually,
so.
could be. Yeah.
Filled to the brim with
Or
alien rocks.
or they were just like, hey, she died, but she was supposed to have the stones. What do we do? Just say they were in her. And then they
Yeah.
wrote that day
Yeah,
on
yeah.
set.
Yeah.
But there's a scene where Corbin goes into an elevator, and as he walks into the elevator, Zorg walks out of the other elevator, and they
Oh yes.
they pass.
Yeah.
That's as close as they get.
Yeah. And technically Zorg isn't the bad guy.
Right, Mr. Shadow's the
Mr.
bad guy.
Shadow is the bad
But
guy.
I mean, now you're playing semantics. I mean, he's a weapons dealer working with Mr. Shadow
Correct.
for profit.
Yes.
I mean, he's
And
the most.
He's an industrialist who is controlling a corporation and
I
trying
told
to
you
maximize.
to bring me the Force.
Not
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
not
not
two.
two.
What is it in his
Yeah,
accent?
but then he literally goes there
And doesn't-
does the exact same thing.
And
Exact same thing.
leaves.
Yeah,
he doesn't
and
check
leaves.
it. He doesn't go, oh, okay.
Yeah,
He
no.
gets on the ship,
Just
flies
like the
away.
fucking Magladors,
Yes.
Maglodons or whatever did.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's just like there's no stones. I was like, oh dude.
I love that moment
the reveal.
where he lifts it up and then closes it and he goes yeah, that's just it's look, I'm such a huge fucking Gary Oldman fan. So, I mean, it's
I love that
just-
they gave him like a future reverse Hitler.
Yeah, okay.
Like he had the one thing was he had the
Yes.
soul patch.
Yeah.
His hair was swooped.
the future reverse Hitler.
I mean, that's essentially what it
no,
looked
that's
like.
exactly what it is.
If we
That
came
is
up
so
with
true.
like interesting titles for episodes, that
Yes.
would be it.
Yeah.
That is
the
a-
future reverse Hitler. That'd be a really good band name too.
Yeah,
so.
dude.
I don't want a band name with the name Hitler in the band name.
Yeah, I'd give out some bad vibes. I'm
What?
sure.
No.
Yeah,
You're kidding.
I think so.
I was just looking up Gary Oldman. He has 106 acting credits. Did you know that?
Good for him.
And all 106 are completely different characters.
Yes. Apparently he and like he was
Commissioner Gordon.
well,
He
not only
plays
that, but
Victor Reznov in Call of Duty Black Ops. What the
Probably.
fuck?
yeah, it
He
looks
does.
exactly like him too. It's the character.
Reznov?
Yes.
You think so?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
it's
pull up a
mocap,
picture
it's,
I'm
now.
sure.
it's mocapped after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
Reznov was dope as
Uh,
fuck.
Speaks multiple different languages, everything like that. Incredibly talented actor.
If you told me Gary Oldman's real name was not Gary Oldman, I'd believe it.
So he is like really, really close friends with like David Bowie. And
That makes a lot of sense.
with what's his name? Jesus Christ. Professor
Jesus
Snape.
Christ? Oh.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Yeah.
R.I.P..
Yeah, absolutely. R.I.P. Both of them. Absolutely. And then
Jesus Christ and Alan Rickman?
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of
Who
them.
was the other R.I.P.?
David Bowie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
David
so,
Bowie. He didn't
I actually saw an
die, dude.
interview
He
with-
just transcended. He didn't die.
I saw an interview with Gary Oldman,
Yeah,
and
Jesus.
he talks really in depth about like the love and the friendship and everything like that he had with Alan Rickman, and you know, like they were like
there was a
super,
viral
super close
video
friends.
of David Bowie like a month or so ago where David's talking about the future of the internet and how it's going to impact artists.
Oh,
And
yeah.
This was in like 94,
Yeah.
I think, 95. Way ahead, dude. This dude was out there. He was on some acid just looking into 2025.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. You guys,
Yeah.
I'll send it in the group chat.
Did you
I'll let
guys ever? Because I had this thought when I was watching this movie, because you had Gary Oldman, renowned English actor,
Yep.
doing this silly Southern voice.
Yep.
Anyone else think of Wild Wild West
No.
for a little bit? But you know what I'm talking
I know
about,
exactly
Kenneth
what you're
Branagh.
talking about, yeah.
Because like I was like, why does this work? And I hate that movie and that
Yeah.
performance, because they're kind of the same thing in a way.
Was Wild?
You know what? I'm gonna
was
have to
that
give Wild
99 or
Wild West
97?
another fucking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
can
have
we
to
do
give
that for the
another
podcast?
chance.
Yeah,
Dude, it's steampunk as hell.
Yeah.
It's super actiony.
I'm ready to
didn't,
watch
it.
it.
didn't
If
get
we,
its credit.
If we do that before we do Waterworld, I'm gonna be very mad.
Okay,
I
no,
won't.
yeah,
I'd
we got
rather
to do.
I'd rather do Wild
We
Wild
got to do
West.
Waterworld. No,
Also,
No.
do you remember that Wild Wild West
You said
song
you were
I
gonna watch
played on
Waterworld, and you
Guitar
haven't watched
Hero?
it
It was really, really
the
good.
meme one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
it's a good song.
Anything else about Fifth Element you guys want to really be able to cover today?
Man, I could go for another 5 hours.
Well,
Yeah, at
probably
some-
not.
At some point, this has to end, and I think
I'm just hanging out, guys.
now's a good time.
So, what do we got going on next week?
Yeah.
That's right.
QT
So this will be our
50th.
fifth. Jesus Christ! It'll be
That's
our
a
50th episode.
50th episode.
You guys
We're-
have been
and we've-
doing this almost a year.
We've got. I was
Yeah.
gonna say we got to be coming up on our year anniversary, and
Yeah.
we're doing a 24-hour Twitch live stream,
We're not
watching
gonna need that stuff.
all
Paddington
Lord of the
2
Rings.
We are doing
in
that.
constant rotation.
On loop?
On
This-
loop.
Not even the first
Just Paddington 2.
one? Okay.
We do have to figure something
We're
out
not
for
doing
like
any of
our,
that shit,
our
so.
anniversary though.
For 100?
Yeah.
I think we should still re-record Uncut Gems.
You know what? That'd be a bad idea.
I haven't even seen it.
Oh my
That's-
god,
that would work
What an
out
incredible.
then.
Yeah.
You haven't
because-
seen that movie?
If
Yeah.
you go back and listen to that podcast, the audio quality is trash.
It's pretty bad.
compared to
Should
what
we
do now.
re-record it
It's a
word
good
for word
conversation, though.
and just let me ad-lib in?
Yes. Yeah.
You guys
We'll
memorize
print
your
out-
script?
You know what?
We'll print out scripts.
Okay.
It's been a minute since that was the last time I watched it. I haven't watched it since because it's such a draining movie to watch.
Yes. Yeah.
How long is it? I feel like Netflix is just at this point, they're going, let's do a 6-hour movie.
You
The
know, like
Irishman.
this. That's the.
Yeah.
That's the problem is though. I kind of like that shit. So
I think it's like 2 hours.
Look,
in
I can
fact.
play-
It's right at like
I
2
can
hours.
play the same video game doing the same task for 6 hours, but when you put a movie in front of me with characters and dialogue and story progression, I just get bored.
It's not as stimulating as a video game would be. In the
I
same
can
amount of
promise you
time.
won't get bored with Uncut Gems
I feel like I would
because
like it. I feel like I would
it
like
it's
it.
literally
really good.
makes you feel.
Austin likes it. I'd probably
anxious.
like it.
it makes you so anxious throughout the entire thing. You're just like,
With one scene in specific, you know the one because we talked
Yep.
about it on
Yep.
our very first episode. That's
Yep.
just
And
It's so
for
good.
new listeners out there that may not understand what's happening right now, deep dive back, scroll down all the way, keep
keep
going.
going.
You're almost there.
keep going.
No, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Episode 1, Uncut Gems.
There it is.
It's these three guys just recording on like their Android phone with with like Apple headphones in their Android phone, and that's the whole episode.
You know, man, we were kind of doing that shit on the fly. It was
That's
it was
cool.
only
That's
it was
cool,
I
though.
think it was under an hour. It was like 55 minutes.
You guys should go back to that.
I'm literally scrolling down to it right now.
yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
gonna
to
take
find
you like
it.
an hour
Yeah.
to be able to get to it.
Well, the reason that I think we expanded it is because we expanded our kind of intro
Yeah.
thing, and it's
Yeah.
usually we run about 30 minutes.
I
on that.
want to bring in some type of mini game though. I want us to do something as far as like I'm not smart enough to think of it. You guys got to do
No,
it.
you got to run it.
How about this?
minigame?
How about this as a mini game? The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
What was the production? How
The
much?
cost?
Yeah, was the cost of the production?
It's got to be pretty big actually for the visuals at the time.
I think I already looked that up. So
I'm gonna go way out there. I'm gonna say like 100 million
I
or
don't
something.
think they give him that much then. I'm going to say 50.
Because I mean, he'd already been around for like 15 years
Well, it could
directing.
be
it's
more
right
than
at an
50.
hour 2
So I was
minutes.
looking at. Would you say 50 million?
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least 100 million, dude.
Probably more than 50, though. I don't know. Why
I
I'm
felt like
just
this was a
thinking.
big ass budget. Like,
$90 million.
oh shit, dude, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
$90 million is what it took to be able to make this movie.
It didn't make that. There's no way. Right?
What?
No.
What did it bring back?
$500 million.
Like 35 million?
Fuck no, $500 million. You
I-
serious?
I feel like I remember this movie.
It
This
won-
movie didn't do well.
Dude, it won awards for like 2 years straight.
I saw how much they brought back already, but it didn't bring back that much.
Oh, really? Okay.
$264
A quarter
million
billion.
Which is still a respectable.
Is that international?
return.
That's yeah. Well, of
Well, I
course.
feel like it
it's
didn't-
not in just in France.
Well, is there? Do you have numbers?
That's-
Like,
yeah.
do you have numbers? I feel like it probably did better, not in America. I don't. I think this
I
became.
think
It did not do very well in America.
yeah, I
can
think
tell
this
you that right
became
now.
a cultural cult thing in America
Which
because
is weird because
it was
had,
nominated
Yeah,
for
it had,
two.
You know, it
It
had
was
all
nominated
the-
for two Golden Raspberries as Worst Supporting Actress for Mila Jovovich
Rip
and Worst New Star for Chris Tucker.
New Star.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
I loved Chris Tucker in
Dude.
this. I don't think I said that earlier, but I'm on pro Chris Tucker
What?
in this role.
Yeah, dude, I'm 100%.
Yeah.
I'm pro Chris Tucker. I like.
Ooh, can we watch Rush Hour?
We just talked about Rush Hour the other day.
Yeah, I watched all of
you
them.
watched all of
Culturally
them.
insensitive by today's standards.
That
That's what
is-
I
that
said.
is
Yeah.
exactly
Oh,
what
you
he
weren't
said.
on that one, were
Yeah.
you?
I don't
I
know.
watched all the Rush Hours,
You
and
know,
I
if
just,
you'd have been here, you would have
Yeah.
known that. So
that's why I told Tyler, I was like,
Um,
dude, that movie's racist, like real bad.
yeah, the whole
How can it be
making
racist
fun
if
of
it's an
Chinese
Asian man and
people
a
and-
black man?
okie doke.
Dude,
So anyway,
Jackie Chan drops the hard R.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Does he do that?
He had
Yes,
a
he
pass,
does.
dude.
I don't remember that.
He had a pass.
I've seen. I don't know if
that's
I've
not
seen
the
all
hard
the
R.
Rush
He
I
had a
guess,
multi-pass.
but it's
He had a multi-pass. It's
Yeah.
okay.
multi-pass.
yeah. So yeah, next week,
We're doing
episode 50,
Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen Death Proof.
Yeah.
It's probably my least watched Tarantino movie.
I think I've only
It's
seen it once.
probably my least watched Tarantino film as well.
It's my least watch because I've
You've
never,
never seen it.
Yeah. Well, is that shocking to anybody at this particular
It
point
should
in
be.
time?
So Austin's
Should
hosting?
not be.
I can if you'd like.
Yeah. No, probably not.
Thank you, Tyler.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
Who
I've
knows?
got a.
Maybe it'll be the first podcast that Tyler doesn't involve himself
Did
in.
Lions-
It's just
Oh, yeah,
us
that's-
two.
Is it a
That's
Miramax or a
never
Lionsgate?
Could you
movie?
imagine?
It's Miramax.
Yeah.
Can you even buy the movie anymore?
You know what?
Oh, it's
So,
free right now on Vudu. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you can just watch it on Vudu with ads.
Gross.
Buena. it's now Miramax is now.
Oh, it's a comic.
It's Buena Vista Miramax.
Bueno Vista.
So he says he has Kill Bill Volume 3 announced, but is that actually going to happen?
Probably not. I'm gonna
Um,
guess no.
I'm gonna guess no based on Kill Bill 2.
Can we get any
Yeah.
Tarantino originals in 4K yet?
Nah, man. They can
I don't
make
think so.
Kill Bill Volume 3, except it's from...
Hateful Eight would be the best one to have, like upres,
Well,
because
no,
the movie already
Once
looks
Upon a Time in
beautiful.
Hollywood's
It
in
is-
4K.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I
we
mean,
both bought
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
let me
4K.
get
Yeah.
original stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, older.
I want to upgrade, like of everything.
Well, then I would want to Kill Bill.
Yeah.
4K
Yeah,
remake.
Kill Bill for sure.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kill Bill Volume 3,
Uh-huh.
where the little girl from the beginning of the first one comes
Right.
back to kill...
Well, that was the original.
That was the original idea.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay, cool.
actually a script.
That's the only tie I could think of. To
You're
make a
there, dude.
sequel.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. That'd be badass.
Kill Bill. Bill's already been dead.
No.
Kill
Doesn't-
Bill's Kill.
Kill
or-
Bride.
Kill
Volume
Bill's
3.
Killer.
Or just call it The Bride.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
badass.
That'd be good too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Kill Bride.
KB3
Kill Bride.
The Bride.
The
The
movie.
bride
The podcast.
This is
Gets
why-
killed.
This
That's
is
what
why
it's called.
none of us.
Look
why-
at the
this
name
is-
of this podcast. We're
Yeah.
clearly shit at this.
Pod-
This is-
Logan just shit a name out one day, and we were like, "That sounds great."
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
no type of freaking just market
You know,
research.
it's one of those
or-
things.
Nope.
You should never name something based upon, oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's probably not a really good way to be able to name
Nope.
things. No. All right, guys. Anything else?
Nope.
Hey, no, just AMC to the moon.
AMC to the moon.
And this podcast was brought to you by Flonase. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget, if you're out there,
Diamond
Flonase,
hands, motherfuckers.
This is
wrap it
also
up.
just a movie
Just-
podcast, not a financial advice podcast.
Yeah, if you get your financial
no,
advice
listen.
from a fucking podcast named Podcast the Movie the Podcast,
I am telling you right now,
you've already messed
You
up.
deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve whatever comes your way.
if you're
100%.
investing right now, you're getting in on the ground floor.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Cut it off.
Yeah.
By the way, if you go ahead and just cut me as I'm talking.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. We appreciate you listeners and enjoy reading your feedback. Drop us a line at podcastmoviepodcast@gmail.com. Check out our website at podcastmoviepodcast.com, where you can find all the links to our social media, as well as links to all the major podcasting platforms. If you can subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast listening platform, it really helps us to be able to spread the word. Again, thanks for listening. See you next week.